Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you people are doing well. Thank you for stopping by. So today in our tutorial we are going to learn how to make this waist bag. You can see, you can wear it, you can use it this way or this way, whichever way it can go. So I'm going to teach you how you can cut the leather and also how you can sew it to get exactly what I have here. But before I start, I would like to appeal to you to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so, and also like my videos, share my videos, and don't forget to put on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be able to, YouTube will notify you about my videos. And to my subscribers, I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. So let's get started. Okay, these are the materials we are going to use for this tutorial. So what we have our zip clothes. I'm using size 5 zip clothes for this. I have two belts here. This one is about 35 inches and this is 9 inches. I have my buckle. I call it buckle, I don't know what you call it. I have this buckle. Then I have my leather and lining. I've already cut it out, but I'm going to explain to you all the sizes. So I'm putting this aside. So I have this. You can see the shape. I first draft it in pattern before I now use the pattern to cut it out in my leather. So what I have here, unfold 6 inches by, on this pieces side is 3 3/4. Then when you measure here, I have 5 1/4. So what I did here is, from this 5 1/4, I used a curve to connect it to the 3 3/4. Then I'll now shape it. That's how I got this. And I have 2 pieces of it for my leather. So if you look on this one, I've already marked some lines, which I'm going to explain to you now. So what I did here is, from up to down here is 1 inch. I mark it as a straight line. From that 1 inch, I mark 1/4 inch. I also mark it as a straight line. So I'm going to cut through the 2 lines. This 1/4 inch here, I'm going to discard it. I'm throwing it away because this is where I'm going to fix zip. This is to enable the two to be equal when I finish fixing the zip. So this is it for this. So for this, you can see the shape. So what I did here, still unfold here, as it is unfold here. It's still the same 6 inches, but when you measure from this point to here is 6 inches and 6.5 inches. That is what I have here, 6.5 inches. So from this center here, I marked 2 inches here. I indicated the point. Then from up here, I marked 2 1/4 inches. I indicated it, and I connected it with a straight line. From these 2 inches to 2 1/4 inches, then I now trim it off. That's what I did on this. That's how I got this shape. So for this, here is 5 inches, still unfold. Then here is 3.6 inches. So what I did is that from this 3.6 inches point, this midpoint, I made a curve to meet the 5 inches point here. I connected the two with a curve, then I trim it off. Then here, for this one, what I have here is, from this point here is 4 inches. 4 inches by 2 inches. Then on this part, this side also was 4 inches, but what I did is that I took 2 inches, then I now connected it with a straight line to the 4 inches point, and I have 2 pieces. And when you're cutting it, make sure that the wrong side of your leather is facing together before you cut it out. So now you will also, all these leathers, you will also cut lining for it, lining of the same size for it. So this is the lining I'm using for it. So now I'm going to start my sewing. So what I'm going to do first now is all this leather, I'm going to sew it to my lining this way. I will sew it round on all. That's what I'm going to do now. Apart from these two, I'm not sewing on these two for now. Okay, I'm done sewing my lining to all my leather. You can see it now. All, I've sewn all. So now we're going to start the sewing proper. So I'm starting from the leather that I slitted into two. You know, this was like this before. I slitted it into two. So I'm going to sew my zip cloth to it now. I'll put my zip cloth, right side of my zip cloth facing the right side of my leather. I'll put it this way and stitch it. So this is what I have, and I'm going to top stitch on it. So I bring this also, I'll put it here. Make sure that it's equal on this side and also on this side. So I'll put it on my zip, right side facing my zip cloth. I will also sew it. So we're also going to top stitch on it also. So we'll pick up our zip cloth again. Okay, now place your zip cloth on it this way. We pick the second of this leather and place on top. See the way I put it? The lining will be facing you up. Make sure it's equal. They are equal on the both sides. Make sure of it that they are equal. See what I mean? Make sure it's equal on this side. Then you arrange and sew. Okay, this is it. I'm done sewing it. Remember, we put our zip, our leather. So this is what I have now after sewing it. So we move it this way. Turn it this way. This is what we have now after sewing it. This is what it will give you if you do the right thing. So the next thing we are going to sew is this. So I have to fold my work in this way to get the midpoint of this my zip. This is the midpoint. I'll notch it a little. So I'm going to get the midpoint of this also. So this is the midpoint. The zip is facing me. You can see that the zip is facing me. So I will put the right side of my leather will face the right side of my zip cloth. Make sure that you put the notch points together. Then I will now start arrange it and sew it down. So I'm going to top stitch it now. Okay, now I'm going to fix the zip head. When you're fixing your zip head, make sure that the zip head are facing the same direction. So see it, they are facing the same direction. So now that I fixed the zip head, so we are going to sew this to our work. So this pointed side will be on this side, while this block side will be on this pointed side here. So you put it here, arrange it. If you do the right thing, you see it's equal. So you put your lining under the right side of your lining. If it's lining that have two sides, the right side of your lining should face this side. So you put your lining under, and so you also do the same on this side. So you can see what we have. So now we are going to sew our belt. So I have to open my buckle this way. I'll pick this first. So I'll pass my belt, the 9 inches belt. Make sure that it's equal. See, it is equal. So I'm going to sew it here. So after sewing it, this is the right side of this buckle. It will face the right side of my leather. So I'll put it on one side of my leather this way. Centralize it very well. See, I gave some allowance here. Centralize, because you know you are sewing on the two sides, so you have to centralize your belt to give you the sewing allowance that you will need to sew. So as I've centralized it now, I'm going to sew it down. So this is what I have now. So on this side, I will pick up the second belt. I will sew the second belt on this side. I will also centralize it to give me allowance that I can use to join it on the two sides. Centralize it. See, I left like quarter of an inch, or let's say half an inch allowance here. So I've centralized it. Then I will sew it down. See the way it's facing. It's facing my leather this way. So now I'm going to sew my belt. So I've sewn it as it is like this. So I'll bring it together, bring the two joining points together to get my midpoint here and also down. I'll also do the same here. Get my midpoint done. So I will pick this leather. I will also notch the midpoint both up and down. notching it, you bring the two notch points together. This side, this straight line will be on the upper side. So you put it, notch points together. You bring the down notch points together also. So now you will arrange it, and so you are going to have some excess at this point and also at this point. So you watch what I'm going to sew mine now. I'm going to sew the up first. Arrange the up, and so first you put the belt inside this way. Put your belt inside this way. Make sure you didn't sew on your belt though. Take note of that. So I'm going to sew the up now. You see that the up is equal, the width is equal. Sometimes while you do have some this thing excess by the side is the way you curve, the way you curve it when you were cutting it. So you sew the sides here and also here. You now arrange it down and sew. So this is it. So I'm going to trim off the excess I have here now. So now I'm going to tape it round this way. So don't forget to burn the edges of the bias taping with your lighter. So that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm trying to burn the edges with my lighter. So now we are turning our back to the right side. I'm trying to push everything out. You see the way I'm using my scissors to push it out so that everything will come out very well and last. So try to also push yours out very well when you try to make something like this. Okay, now we're going to fix the second part of the buckle to this our belt. So make sure that your belt is not twisted. This is the right side, so you fix it from the wrong side this way to come to the right side. Then you pass it from the right side to the wrong side. So this is what I have now. So now I'm going to fold this in 2 times this way, then I will sew on it. So after sewing it, this is what I have now. So you can adjust it here. This is our adjuster. Adjust it depending on the size of the person that's going to wear the waist bag. Okay guys, this is what we have after sewing the waist bag. So this is it. This is one of the pockets, and this is the second part of the pocket. See how neatly it is. So this brings us to the end of this tutorial. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, kindly do so to support me. Like my videos, share my videos, and don't forget to put on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified about it. Thank you for watching till the end of this tutorial. Bye.